A gold ring with diamonds in one day. The process of making another urgent order. I prepare pure gold with a ligature, heat the metal mold for casting to 90 degrees. Then I melt the metal with impurities, thoroughly mixing to obtain 750 carat. For those who don't know, carats refer to the percentage of pure gold to the total. An alloy of metals. I have a separate video about this. You can find it in my profile by the title. So the casting is ready. We'll make a ring from it. First, I trim the flash from the blank, then I go to the rolling mill to roll the square section profile to the required size, periodically annealing the gold bar to relieve the stress from the metal. It will be a classic eternity ring with stones all around. In manual work, it is important not to miss with the sizes and not to overroll too much. It is also very important to account for all thickness tolerances for processing. Rim. I calculate the length of the blank based on the finger size and the thickness of the ring. Then I cut the rolled piece along the markings. I bend the blank so that the ends meet tightly. This will be the soldering spot and it needs to be as inconspicuous as possible. For this I saw through the joint with a fret saw to bevel the soldering surfaces. Then I carefully mill and solder the ring with solder. Now I need to make a circle out of the resulting oval. I take out the mandrel hammer and using the old-fashioned method tap to shape it round. Form. The size as planned turned out slightly smaller. This is exactly the tolerance and the ring will become the required diameter after filing and sanding. After the rough shape is given, I take my favorite rubber bobbins which we process the ring with sandpaper using my favorite turning method. The only downside of this method is the gold dust and shavings that fly all over the workshop, but I have resolved this issue because I assembled a mini vacuum and integrated it into the workbench. So far, this is the best solution for minimizing losses during the processing of products among all available options. I tried it. If you're interested, I might review it sometime after processing the surface and shaping with the help of knobs and sandpaper, I take out the ball vise and secure the ring in a special fixture. From there, almost all the work will be done with this tool. I mark the center and edges of the rings using a special compass. Rings. I need to cut a recess for the stones and I decided to do this with a jigsaw. Since the manual cut on the fixture was not very even, I also decided to apply the lathe method to this process. Over the vacuum hose using lubricant, the same jigsaw and a rotary tool at low speed, I carefully shaped the central channel for the stones. The rudest level is ready. Now, it is necessary to make a conical recess for the stones peg. Using various burrs, I deepen the center further and trim the sides for setting the stones. This will be a classic rail setting. Accuracy in trimming the depth of the sides is very important here. As well as the accuracy of stone calibration. In the widest part, I place the stones one by one, gradually running them through the entire diameter of the shank, and after setting the last one, I coat all the stones with a special sticky wax. And with a needle, I distribute the distance between the stones. Then I use a pneumatic tool to press down all the edges, thus securing the stones, and the wax is needed to prevent the diamonds from jumping out due to the vibration of the pneumatic tool during setting. Now that the edges are pressed, I clean the ring in an ultrasonic cleaner and go over all the edges again with the pneumatic engraver. I push until the stones stop shaking from the vibration. At this stage, you could say that the setting is complete, but I perfect it by trimming. The edge of the setting is polished with a freshly sharpened graver with a slightly rounded tip to avoid damaging the stones. Then carefully polish the ring from all sides, clean it in an ultrasonic bath and apply engraving inside. In addition to the maker's mark and logo, I write the hallmark designation. Since the order is extremely urgent, we don't have time to take it for inspection and hallmarking. Now I do the final polishing, washing in the ultrasonic cleaner and with a steam generator, then degrease and coat with rhodium to make the white gold even whiter. Well, everything is ready. Here's the result. In case anyone is interested, it took 11 hours to make this ring, including filming.
Subscribe to the channel and watch the next part.